God. Thank you very kindly, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. And now we are going to take the Toastmasters promise to the guests we have in our midst. The Toastmasters promise are a set of values that every Toastmaster is committed to, and in all of our meetings, we recite the Toastmasters promise in order to remind ourselves of the values to which we are all committed. At the count of three, we will recite the Toastmasters promise. It's being displayed right now, so you can zoom onto it. It's being displayed right now on Zoom, so you can zoom onto it as we recite the Toastmasters promise at the count of three. 1, 2, 3. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefit Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters education and recognition programs, to act within Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. Thank you all very kindly, and you can give yourselves a virtual round of applause by displaying the applause emoji. Thank you all once again very kindly. And as a few ground rules for this meeting, one ground rule that I'll quickly mention is the fact that being a virtual meeting, ladies and gentlemen, if you are not speaking, in order to avoid disturbances, please ensure that you are muted if you are not the one speaking, to avoid any form of disturbance from your end. So it's only those who are speaking that should have their microphones unmuted while they speak. Thank you all once more. And at this point, I will be bringing on the #1 citizen of Festac Toastmasters Club. And she is the person of Nora Blessing Ezoha. Nora Blessing Ezoha is a serial entrepreneur, the CEO of Nora K International, a boutique company with interests in events management, real estate, and interior design. She is the founder and chief administrator of Lagos School of Interior Design. TM Nora started her Toastmasters journey in 2016 as a member of Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters Club, and that is in Victoria Island. Nora K, as she is fondly called, is a humanitarian. She is a member of the Rotary Club of Lagos West, where she currently serves as the Youth Service Chair. She is an alumnus of Lagos Business School. She is passionate about bettering the lives of others, and she believes that every dream is achievable if only one puts their mind to it. She loves to interact with like-minded people on progressive ideas such as personal development and making money. She is the charter president of the prestigious Festac Toastmasters Club. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests, please make welcome the president of Festac Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Nora Blessing Ezuha. You have the floor.
Thank you most kindly, Toastmaster Isaac Ojo, for that splendiferous introduction. Good afternoon, everyone here present. Special greeting to our very own Division Director, DTM Chidi Chukwudimadu, who always avail herself to actively attend and participate in our all-club meetings. Other division members on the call, members of other Toastmasters Club, our dear members, and our special guests, you are all welcome to Festac Toastmasters. Dear Toastmasters and guests, as we embark on this meeting, entertain no fear, for it promises to be an exciting moment. Thankfully, it's a new week. Set the goal, set those targets, not limiting yourself, no excuses, for you have what it takes. You are not limitless. Remember, whatever you set your minds to achieve, that you shall accomplish. On this beautiful note, I'd like to welcome the Toastmaster of the day in the person of Toastmaster Godwin Udu. Here is a brief profile of Toastmaster Godwin. Toastmaster Godwin is a brand enthusiast and a motion designer with interest on how to move things on the screen. He's passionate about breaking complex ideas in tiny understanding bits. He currently works with a design and advertising company in Lagos. He is also a past president of Ikeja Toastmasters Club. Ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not so busy, please give Toastmaster Godwin Udu a round of applause as he takes over the virtual lesson. Toastmaster Godwin, over to you.
Thank you, Madam President. Come on, people, I can't hear the round of applause. Really? Can you please unmute your microphone and give
Please
me...
do.
Thank you. The good thing about being a Toastmaster of the day is that you get to make your request. I wanted a round of applause, so I had to request for it. Thank you. And I think you can do well also to give our own Madam President another resounding round of applause. Thank you. I like the theme for today's meeting, no limit, no limit. I don't believe we as humans, we have limitations. I've always believed we can do anything we put our minds on. Thank you again, once again, Madam President, for coming up with that wonderful thing. All right, people, I'd like to welcome us all to today's meeting. Are we ready? If you are ready, please give me some thumbs up. Give me some thumbs up, people. Thank you. Do we have any guests in our midst? Any guests? Do we have any guests?
I think we have Uzuma. We have Uzuma, okay. And I don't know if Lua Sheung is also a guest, or that's our area director.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Chairman Lamoro. I was checking to see if there's any need for me to introduce Toastmaster, but since we have one, I'll quickly do that. If you are just joining us for the first time, this is Toastmasters International. Precisely, this is Festac Toastmasters Club. The whole idea of the Toastmasters meeting is for us to gather together, to learn, and to acquire skills in public speaking and leadership. Toastmasters International has a membership strength of about 300,000, present in about 15,800 clubs in more than 150 countries of the world. It was founded in the year 1924 by Ralph Smedley. Yes, in a nutshell, that's all about Toastmaster. What we do is to come together to learn how to build our confidence in public speaking and in leadership. All right. Today's meeting, like every other typical Toastmasters meeting, will be divided into 3 segments. The first segment is where we get to take table topics. Is a segment where people get to speak unprepared, while the second segment will be a segment where people come to deliver prepared speeches. Then last but not the least is a segment where we get feedback and evaluation for everything that must have transpired in the course of today's meeting. Having said that, now I will, before we kickstart into the first segment, I'd like to bring on board our general evaluator. Our general evaluator is responsible for all the role players that we will be having in today's meeting. If you don't know our general evaluator for today's meeting, he's a registered architect, a safety expert, and a project manager. He specializes in the design and construction of green and sustainable building. He believes that simplicity is the ultimate form of sophistication. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I present to you Toastmaster Edafe Iwiwu.
Yeah, thank you very kindly for the warmth of your introduction, Mr. Godwin Udu. If you can hear me, can you just give a thumbs up because my network is a bit unstable? Okay, fantastic. So every Toastmaster program or session
Toastmaster Edafe, we can't hear you anymore.
that is successful. So can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. To help conserve some bandwidth, I think you can turn off your video.
Okay.
That might help.
Okay, so is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So like I mentioned earlier on, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and our esteemed guests. Every Toastmaster program or session can be considered a project. And for every project or for any project to be executed successfully in such a way that is as bright or shining as the stars in the sky, then we need a project manager. And that is where the general evaluator comes in. Earlier mentioned by the Toastmaster of the day was that the Toastmaster program has 3 sessions. And one of the most critical sessions is the evaluation session. For the evaluation session, we'll be giving feedback on every aspect of the program today, from the timing to how we are able to listen, to our use of grammar, and to how the meeting was conducted. And that's why we always say feedback is the breakfast of champions. So, but to carry out this task, there are several erudite scholars, men and women of timber and caliber, that will be joining me in executing today's program. In no particular order, I'll be introducing them. The first on my list is the timekeeper. I'll just go through a brief profile of the timekeeper. He's the person in name of Toastmaster Babajide. Babajide is a real estate and energy lawyer. He's also a member of the Nigerian Bar Association. He's an advocate for peace and indiscrimination. He's also keen swimming and exploring the world. So over to you, Babajide. Babajide is the timekeeper for today.
Thank you very much for that warm introduction. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, my name is fellow Toastmasters and guest. My name is Kim Babajide, and I am going to be playing the role of your timekeeper for today. And my role is going to be a very easy one. And as we all know, there's a common saying that time is always of the essence, and time waits for no man or no one. And literally, my role is a very simple one, and I'm simply going to ensure that we are time conscious, and today's Toastmasters meeting is conducted in an orderly and timely manner. And I'm just going to give a breakdown as to the two major segments or three major segments we're going to have, which is the table topic speeches and the prepared speeches, and lastly, the evaluation segment. So for the table topic speech, each speaker will be given a maximum 2 minutes to deliver their table topic speech. And at exactly 1 minute, I would flash the green card, which is already on my screen. I'm not sure if I've pinned it at the moment to this Zoom meeting, but I'm not sure if everyone can see it. Can I get a thumbs up if everyone can see the green card? Okay, so yeah, so for the table topic speech, at exactly 1 minute, I'll flash the green card, and exactly 1 minute, 30 seconds, I will flash the yellow card. And exactly 2 minutes at the end, I will flash the red card, which means that the speaker must stop speaking. And for the prepared speeches segment, speakers are going to be given maximum 7 minutes to deliver their speeches. At exactly 5 minutes, I would flash the green card. In exactly 6 minutes, I would flash the yellow card, and in exactly 7 minutes, I would flash the red card. Then we're also going to have the evaluation segment section, whereby our evaluators will be giving feedback on every speech that has been delivered for today's meeting. And they would be given maximum 3 minutes to deliver their feedback and their evaluation. And in exactly 2 minutes, I'll flash the green card. And in exactly 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I would flash out the yellow card. And at the end of 3 minutes, I would flash out the red card. And that is pretty much it. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. And I will hand over back to my general evaluator. Thank you very much.
All right, fantastic. Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster Babajide, for that coruscating explanation on how timing will be done today. So the next on our list is the R counter. That is no other person than the president of the Festac Toastmaster Club, Nora Blessing Ezioha. As earlier mentioned, she's a serial entrepreneur, the CEO of Nora K International, a boutique company with interest in events management. She's the founder of the Lagos School of Interior. She joined the Toastmaster program in 2016. Again, she is the charter president of the prestigious Festac Toastmasters Club. All hail Toastmaster Nora.
Thank you once again. Okay, as an R counter, I'll be brief. R counters are words that interrupt or affect the free flow of speeches. Words such as you know, and etc. We all know what Toastmasters stands for, to become confident speaker. And as a confident speaker, we should try as much as we can to avoid these words or sound, as the case may be. In the course of this meeting, I'll be monitoring while we speak, while all the speakers are speaking. I'll note all the ahs and the ums and the you knows and all of that. We should try as much as we can to avoid these sounds. If not, minimize. If we cannot avoid, try as much as you can to minimize it. At the end of this meeting, I'll give my report. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Toastmaster Nora. That's our R counter for today. Then the next on the list is the grammarian. The grammarian for today's meeting is Toastmaster Elemoro Ademola Nohim. Toastmaster Elemoro is the past president of Ikeja Toastmasters Club. He's currently the club growth director for Division F and the vice president public relations, Festac Toastmaster Club. He joined the Toastmaster program in 2015 and he has been consistent ever. I can attest to that. He's also a human resource generalist, policy options analyst. He's the chief press secretary to the Lekki Local Council Development Area. He's a graduate of both the Lagos State University and the University of Lagos. Hobbies are reading, running, seeing romantic movies, and memorizing new quotes. His favorite quote is, "If you truly want to change the world, then judge a man by the size of his heart, not his slippers." Can we make welcome to the virtual lectern, Toastmaster Elemoro Ademola Nohim. He's the grammarian for today's meeting.
Thank you very kindly, Mr. General Evaluator, for that beautiful and succinct introduction. I want to commend you for doing a wonderful job so far. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am your grammarian for today's meeting, and what that implies is that I'll be watching out for our grammatic usage throughout the course of the meeting. I'll be watching out for the sentence, the construction of our sentences. I'll be watching out for our pronunciations. I'll be watching out for beautiful language expressions and every other thing that pertains to, grammar generally. So without taking much of our time, that will be my responsibility for the day. And at the course of the penultimate segment of the meeting, I'll be coming back to give my report on how we have fared with the grammatical aspect of the meeting. And the general purpose is to ensure that we are conscious of certain things that we say and to encourage us in certain things that we say and basically to become better in the end. So thank you, and over to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Yeah, thank you very much for that quick one, Toastmaster Ademola Elemoro. So, but standing in for the listening evaluator will be myself. My name is Edafe Wiwu. I'm an architect and I believe so much in simplicity. So those are our role players for today. So at the end of the meeting, we'll be coming back to give the reports for all that has transpired in the meeting today. So over to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Many thanks to you, Toastmaster Edafe, our General Evaluator. I think you deserve lots of thumbs up for helping us to coordinate your role players introduction. People, can we please give him some thumbs up? Physical, virtual. I can't see any thumbs up, people. Yeah. You can do that. Thank you.
I missed the word of the day. So as not, so as not to take us back, I'll just drop the word of the day in the chat box so that everyone can implore it. Thank you so much.
Okay, it's very important, Toastmaster Lemoro. The pronunciation of the word of the day is very important. So I will pardon you. I'll give you 30 seconds to run through that.
Thank you very kindly for being gracious, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. The word of the day for today will be abate. Abate, A-B-A-T-E, abate. It means to reduce the effectiveness of something. It means to basically reduce the effect of something, bring it down, reduce, low, and something like that. So, for example, you can say something like, the inspiration from your speech really abated my mood, or abated my anger, or something like that. So I'll be dropping more information about that in the chat box, and hopefully some of us can make use of the word of the day for today's meeting, which is abate, A-B-A-T-E. Thank you very graciously, Mr. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lemoro, for coming back to give us the word of the day. Once again, fellow Toastmasters and guests, the word of the day is abate. Let us use it lavishly. All right, now it's time for us to move into our first segment for today's meeting. Are we ready? This is that segment where some people run away. There's a saying that whatever does not kill a man will make a man stronger. So if you are still here up until now, trust me, you are in for this. To help us coordinate this session is somebody I respect a lot. He's my predecessor at Keja Toastmasters Club. He is an administrator and human resource professional. He banked his master's degree from the University of Lagos and first degree from Lagos State University. He's equally an alumni of the University of Virginia Frank Barton School of Leadership and the Barack Obama Young Leaders, Barack Obama Young African Leaders Initiative, YALI. He started his Toastmasters journey in September 2015 and has served as Vice President Education, President of Ikeja Toastmasters Club, and Club Growth Director, Area 19, under the administration of Toastmaster Femi Kolajo. Currently, he is the Area Director for Area 19. He speaks French and enjoys reading, traveling, and fitness activity. Ladies and gentlemen, with a resounding round of applause, everyone welcome Toastmasters Oluwaseun Chopin.
Thank you very kindly, the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Godwin Nudu. Kindly confirm I'm being heard.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome. So, like you said, what doesn't kill a man only makes him stronger. And I assure you that this segment is one that will make you a lot better in your public speaking journey. The table topics segment is a long existing tradition of Toastmasters International. And the essence of this segment is to enhance or develop the ability for members to organize their thoughts quickly and respond to impromptu questions or topics. So I assure you that this segment is going to be one that will be extremely awesome and amazing. If you don't have your cameras on, kindly turn on your cameras, because those are one of the things I will spot out and call you with. So if you don't have your camera on, I see very handsome and beautiful faces. Oh, Madam Gigi, I love your smile. Toastmaster of the day, great one. So let's have our cameras on. Let's turn on our cameras. If you are in a meeting, I am certain you won't have the paper covering your face. So if you're in a physical meeting, so let's endeavor to have our cameras on, because this definitely is going to be a very exciting segment. So my first question, And I must say that my questions or the topics I will throw to us will be topics relating to the theme of the day. No limits. Over time, you see, for example, people come to Toastmasters meetings and they are members for ages. And then they really don't get the benefit of Toastmasters International. And then they see somebody who joined or who came as a member even after they have been coming, joined and has enjoyed all those benefits. And then they say, oh, I started coming to Toastmasters before you, but really you didn't enjoy the benefits of Toastmasters. You didn't start that step. So the first question is, when was the last time you tried something new? When was the last time you tried something new? And to do justice to this question is, I said, if you don't have your camera on, I will call you. Toastmaster Chioma Emefena. Toastmaster Chioma, when was the last time you tried something new? Is Toastmaster Chioma there? Toastmaster Chioma, are you there? Okay, let's move on to, I see Barry M. Chikamso. Toastmaster, or intending Toastmaster. Barry, are you a Toastmaster or an intending Toastmaster? I guess everyone is running away from this segment. Okay. Let me call on Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba, the handsome man with the glasses. So when was the last time you tried something new?
Mr. Area Director, I thought people with their cameras on will not be called. That is precisely the only reason why I switched on my camera.
Oh, so I got you now.
Thank you so much for that question.
Yeah, thank you.
Actually, I used to call myself adventurous. I used to tell my friends that I like to explore new things. I like to try new foods and all that. But there was a time I found myself in one of the amusement parks over in Abuja, Wonderland. And there was a sort of like a ride. I don't know what they called it. It's like that kind of adrenaline rush where you climb on and it just sort of swirls you around, you know. I knew deep down I wasn't really someone who likes trying new things. I like to be comfortable just in my comfort zone. But because I've been telling people that I like to try new things, I have to keep up to that reputation. And so they were suggesting that, okay, guy, come on now, let's do this. Deep down, I knew I didn't want to, but I had to keep up face. So I just decided to go for it. And fellow Toastmasters and guests, I would just say the crux of the matter is I would never, ever visit any amusement park ever again, because it was one of the worst experiences ever. The thing was just throwing me up and down. It's almost as if I was going to die. I was thinking to myself, oh God, now if I die, my ending will not be good. Abubakar Gimba, stupid man on a trail. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, if you know you don't like trying new things, please don't. It's okay to be comfortable. But the last time I tried something new, it was not fun. Thank you. Table Topics Master.
Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba. Don't worry. TMLM Moro and I will arrange taking you to another amusement park soon. We will do that. So he did very great. Let's give him a resounding round of applause, please. The virtual applause or the thumbs up. Let's cheer him up. Excellent, excellent. Let's cheer him up also in the chat box and appreciate him. The next question, still in line with the theme of the day. They say that you have not fallen or you have not made a mistake and you say you have experience. Who is your teacher? And this brings me to the topic. If we can learn from our mistakes, if we can learn from our mistakes, why are we always scared? to make mistakes. If we can learn from our mistakes, then why are we always scared to make mistakes? So, for those of you who have your cameras off, I'm still on you. To do justice to this is intending Toastmaster Uzuma. I believe this is the person who would answer this question perfectly. Intending Toastmaster Uzuma, I can see you are there. Oh,
Good
great.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can we have your camera on, please?
Permit me not to turn my camera on,
okay,
unfortunately.
Please go ahead. All right.
Okay. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for the question. I think, as you said, I am the perfect person for this question because I'm always scared to make a mistake. And knowing that experience is the best teacher, and I've also learned that you can also learn from other people's mistakes. So I chose that path, learning from other people's mistake rather than making the mistake myself, which I would say has cost me a whole lot too. Because most times it's only when you put yourself in that position before you can truly understand what it means. But with the topic, why are you always scared to make a mistake? Most of us want to just be in the comfort zone or don't have people judging us for our mistake. We rather just hide than to put ourselves out there for people to criticize you, for people to mock you for just making a mistake. And to be frank, that is not the best way to go to. Knowing me very well, I've been scared of public speaking, and I've tried as much as possible to put myself through Toastmasters and see myself speaking in public. But it has always, I think it has even worsened the situation for me. So it let me feel judged by everybody, even when they are not even judging me. So I feel like I'm not doing the best work. I'm not improving myself. I'm not making progress as I should. And that prevents me from taking further steps. So for me, I believe that despite what challenges or what people are going to say, despite how we feel we are going to feel, it is always important to try it out, make all the mistakes, learn from it, and become a better version of yourself. I believe I can hold on to that and keep making progress in my public speaking. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Please let's put our hands together for Toastmaster or intending Toastmaster Uzuma. Let's appreciate her also in the chat box. Great job. Great job. Life is a place where you just need to try. And when you don't try, you definitely will not get results. And this takes me to the third question of the day. If you are excited, if you are happy like I am, please give us thumbs up, turn on your camera, just do something. I see 13 participants here. I want to see an emoji from everybody. Let us keep the, okay, great. So, awesome. So the next question or the next topic is, there's this debate, which is the most important one? To love what you do or do what you love? Which is most important? To either love what you do or do what you love? And to do justice to this question is intending Toastmaster or Toastmaster Olaide Adedipe. Are you there? I know you're there. Definitely you are. You are smiling at your phone. Olaide Adedipe, please unmute your microphone. Okay, is this the new tactic? Intending Toastmaster Olaide Adedipe or Toastmaster Olaide Adedipe, please unmute your microphone. All right.
Okay, good evening.
Oh, finally, good evening. Good evening. I believe you got the question.
Evening. Okay. The what you can you repeat the question again?
Okay, it says, which is more
No,
important?
it is not. Can you?
Okay. Which is more important, to do what you love or love what you do?
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster of, sorry, table topic master of today. I think the most important is to do what you love, because when you do what you love, you do it with no limitation, with no boundary. You do it effortlessly. You do it with passion, and then you won't see obstacle, and then you will achieve your desired destination at the end of it. Yeah.
Okay. Although you didn't hand over the virtual microphone to me, thank you very kindly, Toastmaster Olaidia Didikwe. Let's appreciate her. Let's give her the emoji thumbs up. Let's appreciate her in the chat box. Toastmaster of the day, am I permitted to take one more question?
Yes, you are permitted.
Oh,
One more.
thank you so much, sir. So the last question is, oftentimes we as human beings have the time where we tend to want to withdraw a little bit. But what is that one thing that keeps you going? What is that thing that motivates you anytime you want to relax for one challenge in front of you? What is that thing that makes you break that hurdle and keep going? And the person to do justice to this question is Toastmaster Ngozi Manukaji. Toastmaster Ngozi. Toastmaster Ngozi, are you playing a role? Is Toastmaster Ngozi there?
She's not.
Hello, I'm here. I'm playing a role and I'm trying to get ready for the role. I apologize.
Oh, no problem. Okay. We will stick to the Toastmasters guideline. Toastmaster Jane. Toastmaster Jane. What is that one thing that keeps you motivated to cross hurdles?
Thank you, the table topic master of the day. Good day, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Myself. I look at myself in the mirror every day, say beautiful things about myself, remind myself about all the hurdles that my creator has helped me, has given me the strength to conquer. With daily affirmation that I affirm to myself every day, those are the things that give me the strength, that give me the power, that strengthen my faith that I can do all things, that I can achieve my goals, that there is no mountain that is too difficult to break. When you believe in yourself and you trust your creator and you believe in your heart that you're going to do it, and you will do it. And the fact that I compete with myself and myself alone. So these are one of the things that keep me going. And one of my mantra is to keep getting better and better every day. I should be a better Jane. Today, I intend to be better than where I was yesterday. So these are one of the things that keeps me going. Daily affirmation, positive mindset, and believe in my creator. Thank you, the table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jane. Thank you so much. You've definitely motivated us all. Let's put our hands together for her. Let's appreciate her. Let's appreciate her in the comments or the chat box. And I believe I have come to an end of this segment. And like I said, it's one that will enhance your ability to arrange your thoughts in a very fast process. So distinguished Toastmasters and guests, if you if you know anyone who has not been here to listen to all of this awesome impromptu speeches, then tell that person that that person has missed a whole lot. Thank you for the opportunity to play this role, and I hand over the virtual microphone to the handsome Toastmaster, Godwin Udu.
Wow, many thanks to you, Toastmaster Sheung Shukwen, for that amazing and exciting segment. There was nothing a bit about that segment. People, if your hands are not too busy, please help me unmute your microphone and give all our speakers and our table topics master a resounding round of applause. Thank you. All right, people, before we go into the evaluation of that segment, I'd like us to cast our vote for the best speaker. Do we have a poll, Mr. Tyler Hans? Do we have the poll ready?
We don't have a poll, but they can send it to me.
Okay. Okay, please do well to send your vote to Toastmaster Lemoro on a private chat. Cast your vote for the best of the 4 speakers. Thank you. We have just 30 seconds to do that. And your time starts now. Mr. Timer, 30 seconds, please. Send your vote to Toastmaster Ademola Lemoro on a private chat.
We got 2 votes so far.
2 votes. Wow, people. 2 votes. Come on, people. We can do better than that.
We have 10 seconds left.
10 seconds more. Okay, our time is up. Toastmaster Lemoro, how many do we have?
We have 5.
Wow, come on, people. I'll give us another 10 seconds more. If you not cast your vote, can you please do that? Okay, our time is up. We'll quickly dive into the evaluation of the table topic segment. And to do this evening is my boss. Yes, my Oga at the top. Woman, the past woman. Our table topics evaluator this evening is a strategically minded finance professional, certified project manager, and banker. She enjoys reading, dancing. Even though I've not seen her dance before. Anyway, one of these days. She also enjoys volunteering, traveling, and sports. She strives to put smiles on the faces of people around her. She joined Toastmasters International in the year 2016 as a chartered member of the AWN Toastmasters Club and has served in various capacities, served in the role of the Vice President Membership, Vice President Education, 2-time Charter President. She has also served as Area Director for Area 16, Division F, 2-time Past President of AWN Toastmasters Club, Program Director at Division F, and currently she is the Division Director, Division F, District 94. Her personal mantra is Kaizen, the philosophy of continuous development. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome my Oga at the top. Please help me put your hands together for Toastmaster Chidi Madu. Hello. Happy here.
Thank you most graciously, the Toastmaster of the day. I was wondering if Festac Toastmasters Club was going to welcome me with happiness to the virtual event, and they did. So thank you very kindly for that. A table topics session was briefly anchored by our handsome-looking table topics master. Toastmaster Sheo, I must say that I love your attire this evening. Please tell us, are you in UK or are you in Canada? Because that dress code is certainly not Nigerian-like. So where are you? Where are you? It's a virtual world. You might be joining us from the other side of the world. Well done. I love how you introduced the section. I love how you asked us to turn on our cameras, hoping to infuse that feel of a physical meeting. I loved that your questions synced with the theme of today's meeting. Very interesting questions you have, and those questions are questions that the respondents, the speakers, can tweak however they like, and can basically just attempt to answer the question in any way that they desire without feeling stuck. My recommendation, I would have loved to hear you ask for volunteer, because you don't know who on the call will be willing to take on that challenge. Most persons will want to volunteer, but once you have taken on that position of calling persons, those who probably had the mindset to volunteer would just relax, thinking that the way to go is by calling persons to respond to the question. Secondly, the question that you posed to the Toastmaster of the day, asking if you could take one more question, I felt that question should have been directed to the timer who was in charge of the time management of the meeting and will be in the best position to tell whether there was extra time for an extra question. But beyond that, I think that session was beautifully anchored. Our first speaker, Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba. When was the last time you tried something new? Wow, amusement park gone bad. Thank you for sharing your story with us, and thank you for sharing a story that showed a vulnerable part of you. Most times, when as speakers, we try to show ourselves as macho, right? Being all superpower. It takes an extra level of confidence to be able to share a vulnerable part of you, and you did that with us today. Your body basically moved. There was humor in your speech. I don't know if that was deliberate, but there was humor in it, and I tried not to find joy in your pain, but it was difficult not to, and I laughed all through. One thing I felt I would have wanted to hear from you is, so tell us, did that experience stop you from trying new things? Or was it one of those experiences that you have and you somehow get over it? I love that you told us that it's okay if we cannot try something new, because the last time you tried it was bad. So are you telling us to go ahead and try something new, or to just stay in our comfort zone? I would have loved to hear that, because I feel that when you try something, it kind of abates the concern of fear. So your level of fear is going to reduce, because you know that what's the worst that can happen anyway. But well done on responding to that question, and thank you for putting a smile on our faces. Intended Toastmaster Uzuma, if we can learn from our mistakes, why are we scared to make mistakes? Once again, you shared a vulnerable side. I love how you went straight and you owned that question by telling us that this question was meant for you. Telling us how you're always scared to make mistakes, and you chose the path of learning from other people's mistakes, which has cost you a lot. You went ahead to encourage us, leave us with a charge that we should try to make mistakes, learn from those mistakes and be better, and not be scared of people judging us. Because when we think people are judging us, they really are not judging us, because everybody is going to the world is watching you. you would not be able to step out of your comfort zone to do anything that will abate that concern or that challenge of progress in your life. Well done, intending Toastmaster Ozuma, for owning that question. I did not see your camera on though, so I couldn't gauge your facial expression. But even though your camera was not on, your voice clarity was top notch. I mean, you kept me glued by just hearing your voice. That is something that a lot of people can pull off, but you pulled it off. So well done. But next time, please, let's see your beautiful face so that we can follow and make contact with you and just go through that journey with you. A third respondent, Toastmaster Olaide Adedipe, to love what you do or do what you love. And you went straight to the answer, do what you love. Because when you do what you love, it abates limitation, it abates boundary, and you do it with passion. But then what happens when you cannot do what you love? I would have loved to hear a second part to that. I mean, so you've spoken for. It would be good to get a feel of the other side of it. Because sometimes in reality, we all cannot do what we love. Sometimes we just have to make do with what it is that we're able to do and find a way to love it. But I love that you shared your thoughts with us, encouraging us to do what we love. So if there's something that we love doing that we've not started, we should just go ahead and do that thing. And I am not certain I saw your camera on. So please, people, let's have our cameras on if you can. It's a virtual meeting. And the one way we can really get in the feel of it is if we see the persons we're speaking to, so we don't feel as though we're talking to ourselves. And our last speaker, Toastmaster Jane Osewingi, my president, what is the one thing that keeps you motivated? And you said yourself, most persons would have looked for some historic person or some inanimate object or something extraordinary, but you. So what that tells me is you're intrinsically motivated. You're not motivated by the things on the outside, but rather your motivation is from the inside, from the belief that you're able, the belief that you are you, the belief that you are capable of achieving whatever you set your heart to. I love that you said daily affirmations, and then you said the appreciation of what your creator have helped you abate. That in itself is understanding that there is a force that can fashion things in order for you. So irrespective of what's going on at a point in time, you're able to channel your inner self to understand that you can surmount that. Well done. And your mantra, keep getting better. It's all about being better versions of ourselves. And everybody who's responded to a table topics question today has basically answered towards that direction. Of not giving up, of being better. And I think the challenge that will help us a bit here, we're here in Toastmasters. So take up that challenge of engaging a table topic session because it will help you abate the fear of public speaking. When you practice speaking, which is the primary aim of being here, then you will be better than you were yesterday. Overall, thank you, speakers, and Mr. Table Topics Master. Well done on a fantastic table topic session. Mr. Toastmaster of the day, you have control of the virtual lecture.
Many thanks to you, Madam Didi. Yeah, I call her Madam Didi. Didi for Division Director. That was well delivered. People, can we please use all the emojis we have for our Didi? Yes, let's use all the emojis that we have for our Didi, please. The love emoji, the celebration emoji, thumbs up emoji, use everything at your disposal. Thank you. All right, once again, thank you, Toastmaster, I beg your pardon, DTM Chidi for that spiffing table topics evaluation. Well done. All right, people, with that, we come to the end of the first segment for today's meeting. Now it's time for us to dive into the second segment of today's meeting, which is the prepared speech segment. But before we do that, can we still go for a 5-minute break? Madam President, Mr. Timekeeper, do we still have that time?
Okay, yeah. The 5 minutes.
The 5 minutes break is to meet the guests, interact with the guests, and depending on how you handle that.
All right, thank you. Now we quickly go on a 5-minute break. This will enable us to meet our guest, our first timer, and yes, do a little bit of introduction. All right, Mr. Timer, can you please set the time for us? Yeah, it's time for the 5-minute break. Do we have any new person on this call? Intending Toastmaster Chioma Emefiena, can we meet you?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Intending Toastmaster Chioma Emefiena, and I'm a banker. I speak French and English. I live in Lagos, and I'm the Vice President Education of the Festac Toastmasters Club. Good evening, everyone.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're not a guest. Oh, I beg your pardon. Sorry. Sorry. I thought you were a guest. All right. That was my mistake. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Do we have any guests here? Can you please raise your hand? Toastmaster Lemoro, please, can you identify the guests we have in our midst here?
Okay, I think we have Uzuma. Uzuma has been with us in a meeting before, but she can also introduce herself for those of us who are not conversant with her. And we also have Olaide Adedipe as well. So I believe they both participated in the topic session, and it would be nice to hear from them as well.
Hello, good afternoon once again. My name is Uzuma Pascal Oma. I am a medical representative with Shalina Healthcare Pharmaceuticals. I live in Lagos. My favorite food is afan soup with gari or any poundal. And thank you very much.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. My name is Olaide Adedipe. I'm a Toastmaster. I belong to OES Toastmasters Club. I'm the VP Education. This is my first time of joining your meeting, and I've enjoyed myself so far. Thank you. Over to you.
All right, thank you. Toastmaster Uzuma, you mentioned afang soup, and I can perceive the smell now everywhere. All right, thank you for coming. Thank you for introducing yourself, and also Toastmaster Olaide Adedipe. Thank you for coming, and we look forward to seeing you more. Thank you. All right, people, with that, we come to the end of our break. We'll now dive right into the prepared speech segment. Are we ready? People, are we ready? If you're not ready, it means we'll have to maybe come back tomorrow and do this. Please, if you are ready, give me some thumbs up. Okay, thank you. All right, our first speaker this evening is Toastmaster Jane Hussein Wenge. She will be evaluated by Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba. Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba, can you please tell us the purpose of our speech? Toastmaster Gimba, are you still here? Toastmaster Gimba, can you hear me? Am I still being heard? Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can. If Gimba is not available, I can fill in for him.
Okay.
He's online, but I don't know why he's not responding.
Okay. Do you want us to come back to that speech, or you are ready to fill in for him? Are you ready?
I think the decision should be yours. We can either move on to the next speech called Gimba. I don't know, maybe he's having some network challenges or something. Or I can easily fill
what
in
I'll
for him.
do is what I'll do is you're already handling a role. I think we should just move into the next speech and come back to this one so that we don't overwork you. All right. And if by the time you come back he's still not available, then you have to pick that up. All right. Thank you. We'll move on now to our second speech for today, which will be taken by Toastmaster Chidi Madu, and she will be evaluated by Toastmaster Ngozi Manukaji. Toastmaster Ngozi, can you please tell us the objective of Toastmaster Chidi's speech?
Please confirm I can be seen and heard. Please confirm I can be seen and heard. I'm not sure my network.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Go for it.
Okay, great. I'll be evaluating Toastmaster Chidi Madu. Her speeches from the Leadership Development Manual, Level 2, Learning Your Style, Project 1, Managing Time. And the title of her speech is Eat the Frog. Eat the Frog. She'll be giving this speech for a duration of 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you.
Many thanks to you, Toastmaster Ngozi, for telling us the objective of Toastmaster Chidi's speech. If you are here this evening and you still don't know Toastmaster Chidi Madu, I'm really, really sorry. Once again, Toastmaster Chidi Madu is our division director. She is my Oga at the top. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Toastmaster Chidi Madu.
Thank you most graciously, the Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, Festac Toastmasters Club. We're like, good afternoon, Festac Toastmasters Club. I was corrected yesterday that evening starts at 6 p.m. and it's not yet. 6 p.m. It was Brian Tracy, a Canadian motivational speaker, who said that if your job is to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. And if your job is to eat 2 frogs, you should start with the biggest frog. Relax. I'm not going to ask you to eat a real frog. Basically, going to let you know that you should stop procrastinating and just go ahead and do whatever it is that you've set your heart to do. I remember growing up, I'm a lady, but back then I didn't feel so much like a lady. I love to do the things guys do, wearing combat shorts, climbing coconut trees, playing football, all the guy games, all the guy sports. While the young ladies sat by the side chit-chatting and daydreaming about the boys that they like and talking about boys, painting their nails, painting their faces, I felt, how pathetic. I just wanted to be free. I just wanted to spread my wings and fly. But there was a challenge back then. An average Nigerian parent does not want to think or even consider that his or her female child would rather hang out with the male folks. Because when I was growing up, even talking to a boy was a problem. And then the time came, I developed interest in acting. Most of the people who were acting back then were guys. You would hardly see a young lady in that field. The ladies you see were either grown-ups, all the tiny little babies who would just go, wow, wow. They didn't have a car in the world. I really wanted to act. Question for me was, how was I going to go to my father to say I wanted to take up acting? My other sister will always say, just go and tell him what's the worst that will happen. But that for me was probably my death. And I didn't want to die at that point. I kept pushing back and pushing back. And when I'm home, I'm either sulking or daydreaming, playing a movie in my head, writing scripts in my head, but not having that courage to walk up to my dad to say, I want to give this a try. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, perhaps I was just being a baby. Perhaps I was just being human. But the truth was, I was scared. I was worried. I didn't see the no limit sign. All I could see were troubles. All I could see was a brick wall in form of my father. I didn't think that if I walked up to him to say I wanted to take this up, that he was going to see that as something I wanted to do or give his blessings for it. And this continued until one beautiful evening in church. I was called up to come play a role. Back then, my church just had a drama group, teenagers. And our task was to depict the Sunday readings in the kiddies' service. And when I was called up to play a role, I was excited, but I was worried. Because first question, will my dad allow me to go to a different service? Secondly, will he even allow me to go put on clothes that are outside those that he's got? Remember that at this point, I didn't even have the courage to even wear a shirt in his presence because it was a taboo. Thirdly, what if I fail? What if people laughed at me? What if people just, terrible actor? Did I go on to take that role? Yes, I practiced with all the other kids. The challenge came when it was the day to put on the show. I finally mustered the courage, held my elder sister by hand, dragged her to my dad. I said, Dad, I want to tell you something. I understood why people called my father a soldier. Well, Chidi, just go on with it. Well, Dad, I want to act. We're acting a drama in church on Sunday, and I've been given a role to play. Ooh, I expected him to blow the roof off, but instead, he went on to ask me questions about the role I've been given, how I've practiced, if I was ready. I was shocked. I went on to play that role and many more roles after that. Interestingly, I went on to even feature in a couple of Nollywood films. Yeah, even though at the end of the day, he put his foot down to say, no, you're not going into Nollywood. No, you're too stubborn. Go there, I will lose you. Stay here. But I had my dream. And this is a part of it. I acted, featured in movies, and I lived out my passion. The truth is, if we don't eat the frog, which is our fear, our concerns, our limitations, if we don't take that step to actually go and just do what we want to do, take on that challenge, we would never be able to know our capabilities. It says that if you walk and you meet a wall, Two things. You either go over it, you go around it, or you go across it. Just go through. But don't stop because there's a wall. Rub and just do it. The Toastmaster of the day.
Wow, Toastmaster. I beg your pardon, DTM Chidi. That was amazing. Hit the frog. People, now is the time for a round of applause for our one and only division director. Thank you, well delivered. All right, people. Yes, if you think that will be the last speech, you ain't seen anything yet. Please fasten your seatbelts. We are about to take another one, another speech. Okay, Toastmaster Gimba, are you here now? Toastmaster Gimba. Toastmaster Lemoro. Yes, it looks like you have to step in for this one. Toastmaster Lemoro, are you good to go to step in? I can't hear you. Can you unmute?
I'm here. So I spoke with him not long. I'm surprised he's still not here because he said he's online. I don't know. All right, I'll step in for him if he's not available.
Apologies. Sorry, my sincere apologies, okay. Fellow Toastmasters and guests. I apologize. The speech I'll be evaluating today will be delivered by Toastmaster Jane. Toastmaster Jane will be speaking from the effective coaching path, high performance leadership. The purpose of this, apologies. The member is expected to have delivered a project. So the purpose of this project is to apply your leadership and planning knowledge and develop a project plan, organize a guidance committee, and implement your plan with the help of a team. Toastmaster Jane, you have 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Gimba, for telling us the purpose of Toastmaster Jane's speech. For those of you who don't know Toastmaster Jane is the club coach for Ikeja Toastmasters Club. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me put your hands together as I present to you Toastmaster Jane Osewingi.
Thank you so much, our energetic Toastmaster of the day. Waldo, you're really doing a fantastic job. Good day, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Good afternoon to you all. I'm super excited to be here in the Festac meeting today. Today, I'll just be talking about giving an update on my operational planning process in NIPCA. So I'm just giving an update on how what has been achieved and the lessons learned and what went well in the plan. So my title of the speech today is update on operational planning process in NIPCA. So NIPCA is Nigerian IT Professionals in Canada. So the acronym is NIPCA. So it's a non-governmental and non-for-profit organization that is committed for the growth of Nigerians IT professionals in Canada through education, training, mentorship, empowerment, support, job referrals, mentorship, and insight in the Canadian IT job market. So as the current director in operations and finance in NIPCA, so I was given a task to come up with an operational process plan for NIPCA because NIPCA is growing, is expanding. We're having a lot of immigrants, having a lot of members transiting into IT job market space. So there's a need for us to come up with a consolidated operational plan so we can able to drive our objective of NIPCA and able to reach out to members as quick as possible. And NIPCA have series of work stream and work groups and a series of volunteers and series of different activities that is taking place in different work streams. So there's a need for us to streamline and have a proper operational plan. So the objective of the plan was to have a well-detailed plan related to the daily operations and the process required to run the day-to-day affairs of NIPCA. So what I did was to have a team, a 3 team, include myself, Jane Osemige as a senior product owner here in Canada, and also have Tosin Adegoke, which is an experienced product manager in Saskatchewan. Then also I have Olubukola as well, who is a business analyst in terms of the government in governance in the government of Calgary. So we all came together to draft the process and reach out to all the stakeholders. So there were a series of steps that we outlined and we also put into place before we came up with this plan. And one of the first steps is we define the objective of what we want to achieve. So we're able to state clearly on what we really want to achieve from this process plan. So we came up with we already decided on what we need to achieve. So the second step was to outline all the different work streams we have in NIPCA, because we have series of volunteers, we have series of work streams. So series of groups, series of division led by different directorates. So we need to atomize all the work stream that we have currently in Nigerian IT professionals in Canada. So we outlined that. So from there, we're able to, the third step, we're able to identify all the leaders. Who are the leaders leading all the different work streams? So we identify all those work streams, identify all the leaders and all the and also all the volunteers that is being directed by these leaders, and also the people who are also assisting these leaders. So the first step was to first step was us to have a sync with these leaders. So myself and my team members, we set up a meeting with different team leads and all the directorate in all the groups to really capture exactly what they are doing, their roles, their expectations, and what they really want, how members can benefit from this different work stream. So we had different sync with them. So we had some fiscal meetings, more fiscal meetings, and also some that could come up by time differences and location barrier as well. We were able to have a virtual meeting with them. And also the fifth step was to document all this information we elicited from these stakeholders, both the leaders, the assistant leaders, and all the different work streams as well. We elicited all this information from them based on their roles, their expectations, and how they can add value to NIPCA members as well. We elicited all this information from the stakeholders. So the sixth step was for us to review all this information we got from all the different leaders. We reviewed them and ensured that there was no gap based on all the information we elicited from them. And the seventh step so myself and my team, so we recommended specific standard of operations in NIPCA. That's based on what we have elicited from there. We were able to recommend some specific standard of operations for the different work group stream. And then this eighth step was I got approval from all the different leaders to be assured that they are very okay and they're in sync with all the recommended standard of operations in their different work group stream. So the final step was for me to present the process plan to the president of NIPCA and also the board of directors, getting their buy-in that this is the process that we, NIPCA, we need to run day to day so we can meet the business objective, the organizational objective, and also to able to deliver great value to our members in NIPCA, especially the Black people, to be precise. So there are a lot of skills that really helped me a lot in trying to ensure that this plan come to life. And one of these great skills that really helped me was communication skills, because I was really communicating with all the BS members as well, and the leaders, the assistant leaders as well, both verbally and not verbally as well. Communicating them also via sending emails and also word of mouth. And so the second step was also the second skill that also helped me a lot was empathy. So there's so many leaders that when we send engagement to them, that we send a meeting sync to them, and they'll tell us, oh, sorry, I'm under the weather, I won't be able to come, it's really pretty cold in my location. So I was able to empathize with them, able to improve on my empathy skills, able to empathize with them and see reasons why they won't be able to meet up expectations, able to meet up on these deliverables as well. So that's really helped me a lot in engaging to them fully. And the third skills that also helped me was the gratitude. So I was able to improve on my gratitude skills because anytime I get feedback from all the leaders, I also say thank you to them. I appreciate them for creating time out of their busy schedule to respond to me as well. So some of the lessons I also learned as well was having an incomplete work stream, because initially I didn't get the right work stream as well, but I was able to do that through engaging with the president to have all the full work stream as well. So one of the lessons I learned is that reaching out to the top of the president and the board of directors for them to give me all the work stream that I will be working with. So that could be able to eradicate having a complete work group stream as well. And I would say today, right now, NIPCA has a well-defined operational process, and this wouldn't be happening without my team members. My team members were super amazing. They were great collaboration skills. They were so in sync with me. We were reaching out to them day in, day out. We had to WhatsApp, we had meetings, a phone call. They were all in sync, and they really gave their best. And I would say today, NIPCA have a well-defined and a detailed operational plan. And I'll leave you with this quote by Martin Stephart. He says, unity is a strength when there's a teamwork and collaboration. Wonderful things can be achieved together. The Toastmaster.
Wow, Toastmaster Jane. Unity, strength when there's teamwork. That was well delivered, people. Now, can we use the celebration emoji for Toastmaster Jane? Let's celebrate Toastmaster Jane, people. Let's celebrate Toastmaster Jane for that well-delivered speech. All right, thank you. With that, we've come to the end of our prepared speeches for today. Are we having fun? Are we having fun, people? Have we?
Yeah, we are.
Have we learned something? Yes.
Sure.
I've learned so many new things, and I'm quite sure that we all are learning something as well. With that, we've come to the end of our prepared speeches, and we will now move into the next segment of this meeting. Time is no longer on our side. Please help me welcome back our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Edafe Iwiwu. Hello, Toastmaster Edafe, are you there? Can you hear me?
We'll be getting feedbacks from our role players. So let me just go straight to the point. Our grammarian, if you are available, can you just give us the...
Okay. I hope I am audible. I'm sure I am. So my report is that first of all, our site Toastmaster Godwin.
Apologies. Mr. General Evaluator, point of order, I'm sorry, I have to break in. We need to get the evaluation for the prepared speeches first, before the role players report.
All
so
right.
over to you, Toastmaster Godwin.
Toastmaster Edafe, did you hear that?
Yes, loud and clear. I heard that. So I was thinking to be over to you.
Okay. It's still in your purview. It's still in your purview. Let's start with the speech evaluation before we take the role players report.
Okay, so to evaluate Toastmaster Chidimadu is Toastmaster Gimba.
Okay, that's to be taken by Toastmaster Ngozi. Toastmaster Ngozi is meant to evaluate Toastmaster Chidi.
DTM Chidi.
DTM Chidi, I beg your pardon. Forgive me, please. Okay, Toastmaster Ngozi, can you please come forward with the evaluation of Toastmaster DTM Chidi? I beg your pardon. I'm sure I will not get fired from this job.
All right, I'm here. Please confirm you can see and hear me.
With DTM Chidi's evaluation.
Yes, I'm here. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. DTM Chidi Madu, I'll be taking your evaluation right away. I'll start with your topic. I found it quite intriguing. Eat the frog, sharp and succinct. Eat the frog. And you started with a startling quote that I loved. In fact, it was attention grabbing, leaving no room for what do you call that? Straying attention. You just grabbed our attention with that, the way you started, with a bang. By a quote by Brian Tracy. You said, and I quote, if your job is to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. And if your job is to eat 2 frogs, it's better to start with the biggest frog. In fact, I'm going to put that on my table at the office to remind myself to always start, because sometimes as humans, when we have tasks that we consider cumbersome or stressful, we tend to keep it last. I would keep this quote as a reminder. If my job is to eat 2 frogs, then I'll start with the biggest frog. What a lesson in procrastination. Well done. I loved your smile. All through, you had a smile on your face, appropriate at the right time. Your smile was always there when you should be there. And when you needed to make a serious point, the smile would go off, but you still had this pleasant expression on your face. I liked your vocal variety. I saw how you were able to go into character and out of character. You were able to play different roles per time, and it was seamless. The way you went in and went out, it was really good. Well done. Energy was superb. Your energy level, I must confess, was superb. I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me. From start to finish, your energy was at a great tempo, and you maintained it all through from start to the very end. Gestures, I mean, one of the limitations of virtual events or virtual meetings like this is the fact that you cannot appreciate the body language or the gestures that people would bring into their speeches. But I must confess that even though this is a virtual meeting, I could see your gestures on the screen, and they were not over-exaggerated. They were just appropriate per time, the right energy, the right movement. Well done. You also infused storytelling into your speech, which is also another winner. You started with a quote, you infused storytelling, so we could see how it all came together. It was a fine blend of quotes, by startling quotes, I must say, and a storytelling that was engrossing. So we're all listening to see how you're going to overcome your fear of your dad, especially since you were very passionate about acting. You had very good eye contact as well. All through, it was as if you were staring at me. That's how I saw it. You were not looking elsewhere. You were looking right into the camera of your device. And I think that's very good for a virtual presenter. You have to ensure that per time your audience feels like you're looking at them. I like your pauses as well. They were deliberate. You were talking not too fast, not too slow either. And from time to time, you will take deliberate pauses to allow your point sink in. So well done. And your comfort level was clearly good. You were home and dry. It was like you were just talking with your friends, but you were not informal. You know what? A lot of times when we are talking with our friends, we are very comfortable with them, and the speech most of the time is usually informal. But you were able to talk to us like you were talking to your friends. In terms of comfort level that we saw today, you were relaxed and you just kept dishing out your points, one story after the other, one point, well linked. And that was good as well. You ended with a charge, face your fears, go around it, over it, or go through it. I also liked that really well. And you ended with just do it. That was a great way to end the speech with a smile on your face again. So well done. What could have been better? DTM Chidi, while I liked your vocal variety, I believe that there's still some bit of control that you have to bring into that part of your speech. At some point, I found it a bit shrill when you try to take your voice high and then you bring it down. There's a middle ground that I think you should find between almost at the border of screaming. There's a shrill voice that you use. Then when you talk normally, it comes down, it's more balanced. When you go back there, it's like you're screaming again. So I think that's the part that I would really love you to work on. The tempo, when you, especially when you're playing a role or trying to step into character, somebody depict someone's character, just ensure that it's balanced. It's not too much like you're screaming. I do hope I am able to convey my point, but that vocal variety part, you need to make it more balanced and less shrill. But in all, I want to say, well done. Your speech was sharp, punchy, and the message was brilliantly delivered. Well done.
Many thanks to you, Toastmaster Ngozi, for that spiffing evaluator. If your hands are not too busy, please let's put them together for Toastmaster Ngozi Manukaji. Moving on swiftly. Thank you. We'll move on swiftly now to the last speech evaluation this evening. Please help me bring back Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. Unfortunately, my battery is quite low. I'm unable to switch on my camera, but I will go ahead with the evaluation. Am I permitted?
Yes, you are. You are permitted to go ahead, please.
Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Jane Osemwegi. I don't know if I pronounce. I've been trying to avoid your surname for a while, but fate has caught up with me. Toastmaster Jane, that was a peach of a speech. I watched you speak this is probably like the 6th or 7th time I'm watching you speak. And I must say, every time I hear you speak or I see you speak, I notice massive improvements. The speech objective today was to talk about a project. I also believe the speech title was Operational Process Plan for NIPCA. I want to say objective achieved. I also wanted to commend you for making sure we understood the entire objective or the entire processes or the entire procedures for NIPCA. One of the things I liked about your speech, Toastmaster Jane, was when you segmented it for us. Usually, when you start with the segment and you say firstly, you say secondly, and you say thirdly, you've already compartmentalized your message in the brains of your audience. It makes it easier to follow. It makes your message, it breaks down your message and it makes it more assimilatable by your audience. And I think you did that wonderfully well today. Usually a speech that is good has a few minor tweaks that could make it improve. For instance, I noticed there was no summary at the end of your speech. I would have liked if you did a summary so that you could recap the points so that people easily remember. You know how the attention span of people is not so much. I also noticed there were a few pause fillers while you were speaking. It's almost as if you were having a conversation with someone. I would advise you to look into that, because speaking with pause fillers simply just disconnects from your message. It makes the message lose a bit of integrity, and it loses an audience. And that bit of time that you lose an audience might disconnect them from you, and then they lose you you lose them for the remainder of the speech. Then lastly, if I counted, I would see that you speak with a lot of words in a minute. I could say more than 120 or 130 words in a minute. You are a very fast speaker. In itself, that is not a problem, but when you speak in public and you speak in front of an audience, it's advisable to reduce the number of words you use just to give the audience a room to breathe and to assimilate your message. In a conversation, It's not really a problem with your friends, with your family, and all that. But in front of an audience, you really want to make sure your message is being absorbed. Finally, this doesn't take away from your speech at all, to Mr. Jane. I think you paused beautifully well. One of the most amazing things about this speech was the fact that you actually paused at the right time. And I think that is commendable. That is a very difficult skill to master. I hope my evaluation doesn't abate your zeal to continue speaking, rather to catapult you into more speeches going forward. The Toastmaster of the day.
That was a wonderful evaluation, Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba. People, if your hands are not too busy, just put them together for Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba. That was a spiffing one. All right, people, we'll now move into the role players report. And to do this, please allow me to hand over to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Edafe Ihuiwu.
All right. Thank you very kindly. My network has been abating most of my speeches. So you just have to permit me, please. I'll just go straight to the point. Toastmaster Elemoro, the grammarian of the day, can you just give us your report, please? Elemoro, we can't hear you, please.
Please unmute your mic.
Oh, I'm very, very sorry about that. I'm very, very sorry about that. I'm very sorry about that. So as I was saying, my report will be very succinct because of time. So I noticed only TM Godwin and DTM Chidi made use of the word of the day, aside the general evaluator who just made use of it now as well. And in case I missed out on anyone who has also used the word of the day, kindly reach out to me via inbox and we'll see what we can do about it. But so far, the TM Chidi made use of the word of the day 4 times, and she used them very, very well, very, very well. And of course, I noticed that Toastmaster Godwin Udu, our Toastmaster of the day, also made use of the word of the day once. Aside that, I didn't notice the word of the day abate being used by anyone else, but if I missed it, I'll be looking forward to that correction. Okay, so some of the words that I also picked up, I noticed someone said you will achieve your desired destination at the end of the day. I think that's an expression that would have been, maybe if the person had said you get to your destination at the end of the day, could have been a better expression. Someone also said, looking forward to seeing you the more. I think it would have been better to have said, looking forward to seeing more of you. So aside those two, I don't think there's been any more contradiction or complication in the use of grammar. So I'd like to commend everyone for doing an excellent and amazing job. And over to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Can you give us your report, please?
Over to you.
Yes, I heard you clear and loud. Thank you very much for that report. Now over to the accounter, Toastmaster Nora. Can you hear me? Nora, are you there? Toastmaster Nora. Okay, if she's not ready, can we take on the timer? Toastmaster Babajide, are you there?
Yes, I am very present.
Please go ahead with your report.
Yeah, so without wasting much time, I will be giving my feedback and report on time. So first of all, the table topics segment, Toastmaster Jimba used exactly 1 minute exactly within time. Toastmaster Uzoma used exactly 2 minutes. Exactly 2 minutes, which was spot on. Toastmaster Olaide used exactly 60 seconds. And lastly, Toastmaster Jane, for today's topic speech, she used exactly 1 minute, 13 seconds. Then moving on to the evaluation of the table topic speeches, which was done by Toastmaster Chidi. My evaluation for Toastmaster Toastmaster Uzoma was 23 seconds, while Toastmaster Olamide Olaide was exactly 1 minute 10 seconds, and lastly Toastmaster Jane was for 1 minute 40 seconds. Then moving on to the next one, which is the prepared speeches for today's Toastmasters meeting. The two major speakers were Toastmaster Jane and Toastmaster Chidi. And Toastmaster Jane used exactly 7 minutes 16 seconds, which was within time, with the 16 seconds grace period, whilst Toastmaster Chidi used exactly 7 minutes 29 seconds, which was very close. So yeah, Toastmaster Jane used exactly 7 minutes 16 seconds, while Toastmaster Chidi used 7 minutes 29 seconds. And moving on to the evaluation for the prepared speeches, which was the first one that was done by Toastmaster Ngozi, evaluating Toastmaster Chidi. She did an evaluation for exactly 6 minutes, whilst which was exceeding the evaluation time, whilst the evaluation done by Toastmaster Gimba, who evaluated Toastmaster Jane, did his evaluation for exactly 3 minutes 10 seconds, which is still within time. Thank you very much, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I would like to hand over now to our amazing general evaluator. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Obajide. That was a very great and detailed evaluation of the use of time. The next on the list is the R counter. Toastmaster Nora, are you there? Toastmaster Nora. Okay, while we are waiting for her to prepare, I'll just go straight to my evaluation. That's for the listening evaluator. I was standing in for. Whether we listen happily. Somebody's profile reads, every dream is achievable. Every dream is achievable. Whose profile was that indicated upon? Can you all hear me?
I didn't get that, Medaf. I didn't get that.
Okay. Somebody's profile, one of the attributes in somebody's profile was read as every dream is achievable. Is there an answer? Okay. Beautiful, great. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Godwin. That was on Toastmaster Nora King's profile. And somebody made a comment. He said, his major good practice tolerance. His major goal is to practice tolerance. His major goal is to practice tolerance for the year 2022. Okay, that's great. Thank you. And lastly, that's very beautiful. Thank you very much. Then lastly, can anybody tell us the second question in the table topic segment? Second question. was the second question in the table topic segment?
Is that something?
The title of the title of the second question.
If we can learn from our mistakes, why are we always
Yeah.
scared to make mistakes?
I think something like that.
That doesn't count for you.
That was a great trial. He says, why are we scared of making mistakes? Why are we? So Toastmaster Nora, are you there with your report?
Yes, I am.
Okay, please go ahead with your report.
Okay. Sorry, I've been finding it difficult.
Toastmaster Nora, you're muted.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes,
loud and clear, please go ahead.
Okay. For this meeting, we all did well. We just, for the first segment of the meeting, there was no first pillars. Going to the second segment, we have Toastmaster Elemoro with 2, Olaide 2, ITM Sharma 3, TM Jane 14. She carries I think she's the highest user of forms as TM Jane. What do we say to her? What do we say to her, please?
Don't do that again.
Well done for a great job, and try to work on it.
Don't do that again, please. We should try as much as we can to avoid these ums and ums. Thank you, the general evaluator.
All right, thank you very much. Following through with their roles and giving great evaluations. So I'll just speak generally on, I'll just give a general evaluation on the meeting for today. The meeting was supposed to start by 4 and end by 6. In reality, we started exactly 4 o'clock, and that was a very good one. I know we had issues in trying to display the Toastmaster promise, which is something that happens sometimes, but I would just recommend, that going forward, we can have if there will be hitches, how to overcome those hitches. In other words, there has to be like a plan B. There has to be like a plan B just to overcome issues like that. But basically, the president's speech, starting from the president's speech, was apt, concise, and straight to the point, on point and on time. Then getting to the table topic segment, the topics were in line with the theme of today's program, and that was a plus for today's program. The table topics. Am I being heard?
Yes.
Okay, great. So the table topics evaluation was also handled very carefully. We applied the Toastmaster recommend and commend again, which is very great. And that's a booster for people to continue giving speeches. Then heading over to the prepared speech, I mean, the other aspect is the break session, which we had. That was the period to introduce first timers and new members. That was also a session that was handled very, very greatly. We got to know new members. Then the prepared speeches, they were on time. The speeches were well delivered. We had the evaluation sessions, which also followed the basic principles of the Toastmaster evaluation one. So in all, we did very greatly, and I believe that we can do better next time. So thank you very much. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Many thanks to you, Toastmaster Edafe, for coordinating that evaluation segment. I think you've done well. Can we please give Toastmaster Edafe and the rest of the role players some emojis, thumbs up, celebration, love, and all of those. Thank you, thank you. All right, people, time is fast spent. My job here is done. I want to say thank you to everyone that has made out time to be here for today's meeting. It's been a splendid, it's been an awesome meeting for me. I've learned something new. I've enjoyed myself, and I look forward to playing this role again in the future. Thank you most graciously. And I hand over to our one and only President, Toastmaster Nora King.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. You did excellently well, but nobody can do it better than you have done today. Thank you, everyone that have participated, have played one role, the speakers, the role players, everyone who came out to give a speech and to play a role. We really appreciate everyone here. Like the topic said, no limits. We did not restrict ourselves in giving our role, in playing our role, in giving our speeches. So also as we move on to the new week, we should set our goals right. We should not be limited in chasing our dreams. Whatever it is, we should try as much as we can to shake it off and move towards meeting our targets for the week, for the month, and for the rest of the year. I look forward to seeing every one of us in our next meeting, which comes up on the 27th of March. I pray it's going to be, I'm looking forward that it's going to be a physical meeting where we get to see ourselves one-on-one. This will relate better, because this, sincerely, engaging in virtual meeting is not an easy one, especially when you are juggling with the network and all of that. I look forward to this coming meeting, and I pray that God will keep us alive, keep us in good shape, and make each and every one of us successful this week and beyond. Thank you all. I hereby end
Have
this
you
meeting.
announced the winner for the table topics, Madam President? For round off.
Well, I think we'll do that on the group chat, because at some point I couldn't hear anything. Now. Okay, if anybody has the votes, maybe you can do that, because I didn't hear a thing during that.
I'll send it to you now, private chat.
Okay.
I'll send it to you privately.
so we can run it through. Thank you, Tiema Lemoro.
So I sent the result for the table topics to you now.
On WhatsApp?
No, Zoom, the chat box.
I can't see a thing here on my end.
All right, let me just assist you. The winner of the table topic segment was returning Toastmaster Uzuma, and she had about 5 votes. The second was Toastmaster Jane with 4 votes, and of course, someone also voted for Toastmaster Gimba with 1 vote. So congratulations to returning Toastmaster Uzuma.
Congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations to everybody who participated. It's not easy to give a speech, so I really appreciate each and every one of us coming out to give a speech. Let's give them a round of applause. Virtual, physical, anywhere, whichever one you can. Thank you most graciously. Is there any other announcements aside what we have given?
No. Aside appreciating all our role players, I think we are good.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. See you on the 27th, Festac Club Toastmasters. I look forward to seeing each and every one of us there.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful rest of your Sunday.
Have a wonderful week ahead.
All right, everyone. Enjoy your week. Bye.
Thanks for joining us, Uzuma. We hope to see more of you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Continue on the other side, please. Thank you.
Madam President, when are we achieving our full charter? We're in March. What are we waiting for? First,
I didn't hear, please.
Our members are not paying. We need to encourage them to make payment.
Yes, we are working on that, my
like
DD.
We went quiet. We went silent.
We are working on that.
And those, the only payments that have communication on, if I'm not seeing that communication and that encouragement, people would naturally just relax.
Yes.
We actually had a brief conversation this week.